According to a report by the Straits Times, Singapore Post has closed 12 post offices over the last 2 years, reducing its network by 20% as part of a strategic review in response to declining mail volumes. The shift toward digital communication has reduced the need for physical post office services. With 44 remaining branches, SingPost aims to transform its operations to stay relevant while expanding alternative service points like parcel lockers and self-service machines. The closures affected several post offices in malls, including Suntec City and North Point City, as well as standalone branches in HDB estates and community centres. One of the most recent closures occurred at the Clementi Mall, which served customers for 11 years before shutting its doors on September 20th, 2023. SingPost's business transformation comes as traditional postal services decline, with customers now relying on digital alternatives. These developments have sparked a range of public reactions, reflecting concerns about accessibility and the future of postal services. In Parliament, concerns have been raised about maintaining a sufficient postal network. In January 2024, People's Action Party Member of Parliament for Nay Soon GRC, Derek Goh, asked about the government's expectations for SingPost's physical footprint. In response, Minister for Communications and Information, Mrs. Josephine Teo, explained that most postal transactions today are automated or completed online. While post offices once served as essential hubs for mailing letters and parcels, these services can now be handled by SAM kiosks and pop stations, reducing the need for face-to-face transactions. Mrs. Teo emphasized that SingPost remains committed to ensuring postal needs are met through alternative touchpoints. The declining demand for physical mail has also been discussed in relation to universal service obligations. In April 2024, Workers' Party MP for Sengkang GRC, Louis Chua, inquired whether SingPost's obligations to maintain posting boxes and post offices would be reduced. Mrs. Teo confirmed that SingPost remains responsible for delivering letters to all addresses and maintaining a sufficient number of postal locations. However, IMDA is reviewing the network requirements to ensure they are relevant in today's digital landscape. The closure of post offices, particularly in HDB estates, has sparked public debate. One commenter on the Straits Times Facebook page pointed out the inconvenience of closing post offices in residential areas, particularly since citizens are now required to collect passports from post offices, rather than from the Immigration and Checkpoints Authority headquarters in Kowloon. Another commenter noted that post offices could be consolidated along GRC lines rather than closed altogether, potentially maintaining better access for residents. Other netizens voiced concerns about the broader impact of digital transformation. One commenter noted that increasing reliance on technology reduces human contact and job opportunities while making postal services harder to access. Another pointed out the inconvenience caused by fewer nearby post offices for services like SmartPack parcel deliveries. SingPost's evolving policies also sparked frustration over the lack of flexibility in sending certain parcels overseas. One commenter shared their difficulty with SingPost's restrictions, contrasting it with the ease of using private couriers. They argued that unless SingPost adapts, it risks becoming obsolete. Some users acknowledged the inevitability of change, with one noting that while the demand for snail mail is declining, technology has improved processes and introduced new services, albeit at the expense of traditional methods. Concerns about job security were also raised, with predictions of potential job losses as more services move online, including those from government agencies like ICA and HDB. Despite these public concerns, SingPost maintains that it is committed to providing accessible services, shifting towards alternative service points such as pop stations and self-service kiosks. Some, however, have questioned whether these measures adequately replace the convenience of physical post offices, particularly for those who rely on in-person services. While SingPost has introduced offerings like Pop Drop, allowing customers to pay bills and purchase shipping labels, these initiatives have not fully alleviated concerns about the reduced presence of post offices. Financially, SingPost has reported strong results despite operational changes. In August 2023, the company announced a 105.2% increase in first quarter operating profit, reaching 24.4 million Singapore dollars. At the same time, domestic letter mail volumes continued to decline, dropping 8.1% year-on-year highlighting the ongoing shift away from traditional postal services. In response, SingPost increased postage rates for standard letters from 31 cents to 51 cents in October 2023, the first significant rise since 2014, prompting questions about how this will impact consumers. The closures and operational shifts at SingPost mirror wider global challenges for postal services, as digital communication reduces the demand for traditional mail. While automation and e-commerce solutions are becoming more common, concerns remain about whether these innovations are sufficient to meet the public's need for accessible postal services.